When we talk about the greatest role-playing games, the conversation includes games like The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk, and now we have a new contender that's not just joining the ranks but is redefining them, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This isn't merely a game, it's an odyssey into the heart of medieval Bohemia, where every cobblestone street, every whispered conversation resonates with the authenticity of a bygone era. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 doesn't just ask you to play, it invites you to live through the eyes of an ordinary man in an extraordinary time. With its breathtaking attention to detail, a narrative so rich you could lose yourself in its depth, and gameplay mechanics that feel like they've been pulled from the pages of history itself, this game has carved out its own unique niche in the RPG genre, and today that's what I'm going to be exploring. But I'm not just going to explore what makes this game so compelling, I'm going to look at the personal, the historical, and the downright hilarious moments that can truly define this game. From the clashing of swords to the whispered secrets of medieval politics. If you're a fan of gaming videos or just RPG videos in general, please be sure to consider subscribing. I post weekly videos on this channel about all sorts of RPGs which I'm sure you will love. But anyway, let's discover together why Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 isn't just good, it's out of this world. The world of Bohemia is a marvel of immersion. Everywhere you go there's a symphony of life playing out, with NPCs engaged with their own daily routines, conversations overlapping, making you feel like you are part of a living, breathing medieval society. Even the mundane tasks like having to move sacks from one place to another are infused with entertainment. As you do all the heavy lifting, you can't help but eavesdrop on Sir Hans, who, despite his ragged appearance, throws his weight around with his lordly status. Arguing over petty matters with the locals, it's these small details that transform what could have been a tedious task into a slice of medieval life. What really sets this game apart is the depth of choice and interaction. I had grown to find Sir Hans, with his silly complaints, utterly insufferable. The moment he insulted my ability to look after Mutt, however, I had the option to confront him. The satisfaction of telling him off, to only be rewarded with the absence of his company, was a testament to how this game respects the player decisions. I wasn't sure whether if I had took it in a different direction, I would be able to play the first chapter of the game with him or not. I still don't know to this day, as I'm still on my first playthrough. But that is the beauty of this game, the fact of not knowing what could have happened if you had did something else. The whole level of interaction extends to how the world actually reacts to you. Strolling through town in that less noble attire, the NPCs didn't hesitate to throw insults your way. But here's where the game really shines for me. You're not just this silent protagonist, you can fire back with quick, sharp retorts, turning these moments into humorous exchanges that do feel genuine and engaging. Once free from the annoyance of Sir Hans, my first instinct was to seek out Mutt, my only true companion in this world so far. The bond you form with characters in this game, even with a dog, isn't just for show, it's essential to your journey, grounding you in this vast, often very harsh world. However, perhaps the most grounding aspect of all is how the game positions you in its universe. You're not a legendary hero with powers beyond the ordinary. You're just a man in medieval Europe, as common as any other with a sword. Every fight you go through feels earned, every victory is pretty satisfying because you're not inherently better than your foes, you're pretty much on an even playing field, learning and growing with trial and error. About an hour before I'm recording this audio for the video, I had a fight with two thugs where I was physically not able to win no matter how many times I tried, which was probably about 20 attempts. I eventually just cut my losses and continued on the path without having to obviously keep reloading my save. I just decided I'll put the fries in the bag and move on. Once again adding to that aspect that you are not really special at all in this world, and when you do see two opponents, you are outnumbered and are at a massive disadvantage. You know it's going to be a challenging fight, and that is what is brilliant about this game. But something that can always help and add to the immersion of any video game is the graphics and visuals. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 really elevates the art of video game visuals to new heights once again. The landscapes of Bohemia are rendered with stunning detail, creating this environment where every blade of grass, every leaf on a tree is a testament to the game's commitment to realism. The armor and clothing aren't just for show, they show signs of use, battle scars, or the way of travel. The environments are dynamic, from the golden hues of dawn to the deep shadows of dusk. Even the less glamorous corners of the world, like the muddy streets or the grimy interiors of peasant homes, are portrayed with such accuracy that you can feel the grit actually under your boots. Each setting really does tell a story, and it really helps add to the overall immersion. Whether you're walking through a bustling market with vendors shouting their wares, or sneaking through the dense forest where danger may lurk behind every tree, this game can truly make you feel like you've stepped back in time. These visuals aren't just for the aesthetics, it really does affect gameplay. The way light plays through the leaves can mean the difference between being spotted or remaining hidden, and the detailed environments offer tactical advantages or even hazards in combat in my opinion. Every visual element has been crafted to enhance this experience, making this game not just a game, but a visual journey through medieval Europe. But as well as stunning graphics, this game introduces a dynamic weather and time system that profoundly influences the gameplay experience. I think everyone here knows how good rain can look in video games, and it is no exception in this RPG. Having a sword fight to the death in the rain is pretty poetic and actually I'd like to call cinematic. The whole transition from a clear day to a sudden downpour can really force you to seek shelter, adding more layers of realism to your journey, because let's be honest, does anyone want to travel in the rain? The time system in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is equally impactful. The passage of day into night isn't merely a visual effect, it alters the behaviour of NPCs, the availability of activities, and the difficulty of tasks. Nighttime brings its own set of challenges and opportunities. The fact that in the nighttime you can get in trouble by not holding a torch by the guards really helps add to the immersion of this game, and truly does go hand in hand with the dynamic weather and also the dynamic time system. But once again, speaking about what helps with immersion in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I'd like to think that the historical authenticity that they've attempted really does help contribute to that. The dialogue in this game is a prime example of this authenticity. Characters speak in period-appropriate languages with the use of High German, Czech, Latin, reflecting the numerous diverse languages of the time. I'd like to think that it not only adds to the realism of the game, but also educates the player of the landscape of medieval Central Europe. The game also captures the essence of medieval life through its depiction of daily activities, societal structures, and the harsh reality of the period. NPC routines are based on historical accounts of what life may have looked like for a different strata of society. I'd like to also think that the combat in Kingdom Come Deliverance is another aspect where you could, I suppose, call it historically authentic. It's not the flashy arcade-like swordplay, but rather more of a realistic portrayal, which in a game like this is super appreciated. By integrating these kind of elements, it doesn't merely entertain, but it also educates players, offering a chance for us to walk in the shoes of someone living through the most transformative periods in European history. It's an experience where every interaction, from a simple conversation to a grand battle, is pretty grounded in the reality of time, making each of these moments in the game feel like a living piece of history. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 really redefines the concept of skill development in video games, emphasizing a realism that's both challenging and rewarding. Unlike many RPGs where skills are simply upgraded with points and you can just button mash your way to victory, this game integrates learning and improvement into the fabric of gameplay in a way that mirrors real life, I'd like to think. Combat skills, for example, aren't just enhanced by spending points, they're honed through practice, mistakes, and learning from those mistakes. The game introduced a system where you're able to train with mentors, engage in practice bouts, and even learn from the outcomes from your battles. In my first few duels, I was absolutely horrific. It actually took a good bit of time to actually learn the system and actually overcome the challenges I had facing it. It was one of the most rewarding feelings ever when I was able to perfect parry an opponent's every single shot and just take them out with ease, and I know I did that because I practiced and put a bit of effort into learning the mechanics. In many games these days, you are just able to button mash your way to victory, so I was super happy when it was actually a rewarding combat experience involved with this game. Beyond combat, skills like lockpicking, stealth, or even basic survival tasks like cooking or herbalism require patience and practice. Stealth, for instance, involves understanding how light, sound, and NPC routines interact, making every sneak attempt a puzzle to solve. I'd like to think that this game also introduces a level of realism where failure is an integral part of the learning process. You may fail at picking a lock, alerting guards, or botch a negotiation, but these setbacks teach you more about the game's systems than success alone. This approach towards skill development means when you do finally succeed, whether it's mastering a sword technique or successfully sneaking past enemies, it does really feel earned, not just given. As well as that, the game doesn't shy away from the physical consequences of your actions. If you're injured in battle, you can't just heal instantly. You might need some rest, apply bandages, or seek out a healer. The same goes for fatigue, hunger, and the effects of the environment on your character, adding another layer to skill management and planning. One of the most annoying yet rewarding things for me was taking on 3 bandits and having my health drained to the bare bones, then going down another pathway to find a group of 2 more bandits I had to fight. Yes, I died a few times, but eventually I got there and I only ended up improving because of it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 truly stands as a beacon for those who seek depth, authenticity, and a narrative where every choice matters. If you haven't yet stepped into this world, I highly urge you to do so. There's a richness here that goes beyond mere entertainment. It's an experience that educates, challenges, and delights. And for those who've already walked these paths, I hope this video has brought new appreciation, or at least a few chuckles about our shared adventures. And hopefully you experience a few more, just as I will as I continue to play and create content on this amazing game.